So once you've finished your design and you want to 3D print it, although this is not the most friendly for 3D printing, we're going to have a go at it. I'd probably recommend we 3D print it without the bits of dowel, but we'll just show you how to send a 3D print. In fact, at the moment, why don't we get rid of the bits of dowel because they won't 3D print very well. So I'm just going to select Extrusion 6 and Extrusion 5 by holding down the Shift key. Or the control key, and then I'm going to right click on them and I'm going to suppress the features. There we go, and now I know this should 3D print a bit easier without lots of jaggedy bits coming out. Then you want to go up to File and you want to export this file by coming down to Print. Don't click, just hover over Print and then come across to send to 3D print service. So it's important that you don't click on there or it won't think you're trying to print to a piece of paper, but send to 3D print service and then click on that. Now here it's important that you select that it's got selected STL file. All right, I think that's the only option when you do it that way. And then we're going to go to options. Now mine will already be selected as millimeters, which is very important. It should not be in inches. It should not be in centimeters, but in millimeters. And then I like to click on the resolution to be high. So set your resolution to be high rather than BREP or low or any of the other things. And then you can just click OK. And then you'll need to click OK to save that somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to save mine. I've got this kind of ping pong launcher where I've kind of been saving my parts, but yeah, let's save it there. That's fine, and then we can click OK. All right, so that's now that file has been saved and it's ready to bring into what we call a slicer, or as we want to probably here, email it to your teacher for him to do put it into the slicer for the minute. But just to show you at the end how that would work and look, I'm going to open up, say, a slicer that we use, so Prusa. It slices for the Prusa 3D printer machines. So I'll open that one up and then I will bring into this application the STL file. So here it's already set for the machine that we have, which is this original Prusa i3 MK3, but you'll probably have to set that up, and you can see other videos about how to do that. But just for the purpose of showing you, if I now go to import and import STL, I can then find a file that I've just done. So I'm going to go and look for that file just in here. I think it was in yeah, this is the one. Okay, so that's the one. That's an STL file, and you can see it's brought it in. At the moment it's way too big and it's all around the wrong way for this file to work. So we want to be thinking about how to kind of put this onto the 3D printer and to get ourselves a version. I would consider printing it without this bit of wood on it because it will make it print much easier. So if I could change this, I would use this button here and select maybe this face, turn it upside down. It's not quite selected the face I want it to. Really, I want to select this face here. So let's go back to, this is interesting just for you to show. I'm going to see if I can get rid of this extrusion here. There, I'm going to right click on there. What it will do is it will affect the hole here, so that might also disappear. But let's have a little look. Suppress feature. I'm going to suppress that. I'm going to accept. Oh, there. Okay, so that's worked nicely. And if I now go and show you how this is going to work on print, send to 3D print service. Click OK again, and we're going to save that over the last version. Okay, now I can come up to here. I can now come back to this, escape out of there, select my tool, delete that one, bring in the new version, import, like that. Select this launcher again. Now you can see it's come in, but this time it hasn't got that little peg on it. And that's going to help me 3D print it a little bit better. So now I can select the face. I can select that, and now you see that's completely flat there. Still too big for the plate, so I'm going to scale it, and I can scale the whole thing. So if I select it, I can scale the whole thing down maybe by 50%. So 50 by has done them all automatically. There you go. And now that looks like a reasonable size for 3D printing this object. There are a couple of other factors I'll be thinking about, which is how it's going to print this area here, because it's built up of layers. So I might need to put a support in, so support not just on the build plate but inside, so I'd have to put it everywhere and change that. And there we go, that's now should hopefully do that quite nicely. If I press slice now, this can you see it's added supports for inside the holes so that the top layer can be kind of printed. And what happens is the whole thing, I'll just wait for my spinny ball to go, the whole thing now, if I bring it down, it prints up from the bottom. You can kind of see that first layer, then it builds it up layer by layer, printing it like this. And it's building those little supports, which you can see here, so that it can do that whole, it can do the start of a hole, but without the supports it can't end the very top bit here, because it's printing on nothing. Alright, and that can go all the way up to the top. That's how we do it, but I would recommend first you send your STL file to your teacher so that they can print it for you and check it.